What if your cat is secretly eavesdropping on you and actually understands more than you think? Imagine calling its name, watching those ears twitch, or saying treat and seeing instant excitement. Believe it or not, cats can pick up on at least 5 human words, backed by real science. A 2019 University of Tokyo study showed felines recognize their names, and a 2021 Oregon State experiment found that they'd rather hear phrases like "good job" than get extra kibble. Stick around to learn the 5 science-backed words your kitty actually understands and why the final word will revolutionize your bond with your fur baby. Number 1. Their own name. Let's begin with something obvious, but it turns out to be backed by research. Your cat truly recognizes its name. A captivating study published in Scientific Reports revealed that cats show a clear reaction when they hear their own name, no matter who's saying it. The researchers noted some typical responses, like flicking their ears, tilting their heads, or twitching their tails, which are small signals that show your kitty knows who the sound is meant for. But here's the catch. Just because they know their name doesn't mean they'll always come running. Cats are not like dogs. While dogs are wired to please us, cats make their own choices based on how they feel at the moment. If your cat is cozy, dozing off, or just not feeling it, they might give you the cold shoulder, even though they heard you perfectly well. Want to see for yourself? Try calling your cat using 3 different tones: a regular voice, an excited, high-pitched one, and then a more annoyed or scolding tone. You'll likely find they perk up the most when you sound cheerful and gentle. Just like babies, cats seem to respond best to that soft, sing-songy baby talk tone. So, if your cat is ignoring you, maybe it's not what you're saying. It's how you're saying it. Number 2. Mealtime words. Have you ever said the word treat and watched your cat magically appear out of nowhere? It's not just a coincidence. It's a little bit of learning happening right before your eyes. Cats are especially good at picking up on specific sounds that signal food, so words like snack, dinner, or eat often get them racing over to you. That's all thanks to something called classical conditioning. Here's how it works. Every time you say treat and follow that with a tasty bite, your cat's brain makes a connection. They think to themselves, "Oh, so that sound means something delicious is coming my way." Before you know it, no matter how casually you throw in the word, they'll still perk up at the sound. Some cats even go above and beyond. They can pick up on the rustling of a bag, the pop of a can, or even the unmistakable sound of that treat jar being opened. Want to have some fun? Try saying treat in a really deep or silly voice and see how your cat reacts. If they still come running, it just shows they recognize that specific sound, not just the way you say it. And let's not forget about context. If you usually say dinner time while heading to the kitchen, your cat learns that those words, combined with your routine and body language, mean food is on the way. Number 3. No. Now, here's something that might surprise you. Cats actually understand the word no. Yup, they really do. The catch? They typically don't care all that much. You see, cats approach the whole rules thing very differently from how dogs do. While dogs are always eager to please their humans and avoid getting in trouble, cats tend to think more like, "What's in it for me?" When you say no, your cat doesn't just hear the word. They pick up on your tone, sense your emotions, and then make their own choice. What's going on in that tiny, clever cat brain is pretty fascinating. First, they hear your voice and immediately detect your frustration. Then they take a moment to weigh their options. Is it more fun to keep knocking this cup off the table, or should I stop? That little pause, you see. It's not confusion, but them doing some mental math. They're actively calculating the risks versus rewards in real time. But here's the cool part. A 2023 study from the University of Helsinki found that cats who often ignore a firm no actually scored higher on tasks that test cognitive problem-solving skills. So, in other words, The most stubborn cats might just be the smartest. They're not being naughty, they're being clever. To get your cat to listen when you say no, redirect their behavior. Instead of scolding, offer an alternative. For example, if they scratch the couch, show them a scratching post and reward their use. Also, how you say it matters. Cats respond better to a calm, disappointed tone than a loud or angry voice. However, they will only feel bad about disappointing you if a strong bond of trust exists. No emotional connection. No impact. Number 4. Come here. The classic challenge every cat owner faces, getting your furry friend to come when you call. It seems so simple, right? But anyone with a cat knows it's not that easy. Think of your little feline as a tiny independent contractor. They totally understand what you want, but they need a good reason to do it. Dr. Sarah Ellis, a cat behavior expert from International Cat Care, found that cats can actually be trained to respond to "come here" with about 80% success. However, it really depends on how your cat has learned to connect that phrase to different experiences. If they only hear "come here" right before scary things like nail trims or vet visits, they'll associate it with something unpleasant. It's no wonder they might run away when you say it. Here's a more effective approach. Try using "come here" during happy moments. Say it when you're shaking their treat bag, opening a can of tuna, or getting ready to play with their favorite toy. Over time, your cat will start to associate that phrase with positive experiences. This learning method is called positive reinforcement, and it truly works wonders, even on those stubborn kitties. Eventually, you might notice something called anticipatory behavior. This means your cat may come running even before they see the treat, just because they expect something great. It's as if they're thinking, every time I hear that, something awesome happens. Better go check it out. Number 5. Good job. Finally, here's something that's sure to warm your heart. Cats truly appreciate it when you praise them. Yes, those "good kitty" moments? They definitely don't go unnoticed. Back in 2021, researchers from Oregon State University uncovered a delightful surprise. Many cats actually prefer our praise and affection over food. Can you believe it? Your sweet compliments could mean more to them than a tasty treat. It turns out that cats are incredibly tuned into our voices and behaviors. When you say "good job" or "good kitty," they catch on to your tone, facial expressions, and body language. Dr. Kristen Vitale, who led this charming study, found that when cats received consistent verbal praise, combined with gentle petting, they bonded more deeply with their humans. They became more affectionate, and were even more eager to seek out attention. So those warm and fuzzy phrases you're tossing their way are actually building trust. Now, what's really going on here? Every time you praise your cat in a loving way, you're creating a beautiful emotional feedback loop. Your cat does something adorable, you respond with kindness, and they feel great, encouraging them to repeat that sweet behavior. It's like a cycle of shared happiness. Here's a fun tip for you. Try greeting your cat each morning with a cheerful "good morning" and a little head scratch. This simple routine sets a joyful tone for the whole day, improving how you communicate and connect. It's like telling your cat, "Hey, we're in this together," and they totally get that vibe. And here's the best part. Cats are clever enough to sense when your praise is heartfelt versus when you're just going through the motions. So if you're not being genuine, they'll catch on. So keep it real and make it a loving habit. So how many of these words does your cat understand? And does your furry friend have their own special word that gets an instant reaction? Let us know in the comments below. And if you loved learning more about your cat's secret language, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss another video filled with feline wisdom. More fun, science-based cat facts are coming your way.